Hey everybody, and welcome back to TPG's World. It's me, TPG, and I am here to do a new review for you. I want to review the new show that just started last night called American Crime Story. Now, it's written by Ryan Murphy, and if you're not familiar with who Ryan Murphy is, Ryan Murphy wrote Glee, he wrote Nip Tuck, he writes American Horror Story, he wrote Glee. So he's a big writer in Hollywood, and he does a lot of great shows on television. He's really good, and I was talking to my roommate actually about how when he writes a story, like he did the Divine Feud last year about Betty and Joan, Ryan Murphy really does research his work and really gets into a lot of detail and brings a lot of detail, and he really follows through with a lot of stuff. So his stuff is really, really good, and it's very, very accurate in a lot of ways. So this new one is called American Crime Story, The Assassination of Versace. Now basically, as you know, Versace was an Italian designer, and he was murdered in the late 90s by a man named Andrew Cunanan. So I'm not going to talk a whole lot about the show if you haven't seen it yet, because I don't do a lot of spoilers. But basically, this episode covered a little bit about Cunanan and who he was and how he was. You could see him going, in the beginning, he's like sick, and you see him murder Versace and things like that, and then it kind of flashes back to how they met and goes to a little bit things like that, and it basically covers more of Versace's death. It has a huge cast. I don't know a lot of the actors' names, but I go, oh, I know that person, like the Daya from Orange is the New Black plays in it, as well as the guy who used to play the father on The Real McCoys. But the main characters that I saw were Penelope Cruz plays Donatella Versace, Ricky Martin plays Versace's boyfriend, and Darren Criss, who played Blaine on Glee, plays Andrew Cunanan. God, that's a hard name to pronounce. But basically, I want to talk a little bit, as I said, I don't want to give too many spoilers, but I really enjoyed the episode because I didn't know a whole lot about the young man who killed Versace, as well as a whole lot about Versace. I did find it funny, though, that Penelope Cruz and the guy that played Giovanni Versace were both Spanish, Latino, because they were both, in real life, very, very, very Italian. So I thought that was a little bit funny. But Penelope Cruz did a really good job with the Italian accent, and she had the look down of the movements and all of Donatella Versace. The only thing is she's really pretty, and Donatella Versace is not a pretty woman. She is like, I think she looks like a man in drag. So she's a lot prettier than Donatella, but she did a pretty good job in it. The guy that played Versace, and I'm not sure of his name, he was really, really convincing, had a great accent. Ricky Martin, I was telling my roommate, I was like, wow, he's a really good actor. Like, he really did a good job playing Lever, and he had that accent down. And Ricky Martin is a really good actor. I was really impressed. He had a really great scene in it where he's talking to the police about their lives and about the escorts that he used to bring in and all the men that he would bring in for Versace. And I thought he was really, really, really good in that scene. Just very, very, very good. Again, it has an all-star cast, a lot of actors, but it's actors that you go, I know that guy or I know that girl, but you're not quite sure, and you got to look. And I'm sorry, I came straight from watching it into doing this, so I didn't get to look a lot of people up on imdb.com, but I will do that for next week's episode. But anyway, basically I want to talk about Darren Criss. Now, as you know, Darren Criss played on Glee. He played Blaine, and the boy can sing. He's got a great voice. He's done Broadway. He's a really handsome guy, just a really great actor. He was very, very convincing on Glee as Blaine, and everybody loved Blaine. Blaine was one of my favorite characters on Glee, but in this character, man, he's really good. He really gave you could see the character. The character's a pathological liar. He makes up a lot of stuff. Each time you see him, he's telling a different story about his life, or how he met Versace, or how he met this person, or he met that person. He's lying to his roommate. He's lying to his friends. He's lying to Versace. He's just all over the place. And I thought that Darren Criss did a really, really, really good job playing that and playing the craziness of the character so far that you see. He hasn't even started getting really, really crazy just in the very beginning when he murders Versace. And that's not a spoiler because, as I said, it's called The Assassination of Versace, so you know he's got to die. But basically, he did a really good job. I was actually watching, and then they showed the previews for next week, and I told my roommate, I said, I hope he wins an award for this because it looks like he's going to be doing some dynamic acting. So I think that this role really shows the versatility of Darren Criss as an actor, and I like that because he really is a great actor. At least in this role, I really enjoyed it. I've seen him do a couple of other little smaller roles, but this is a really good role for him, and he really is embodying the character, and he's got that look of the character, and I did some research last night before I watched it on Andrew Cunanan, and he's really got it down pat. So I'm hoping that it's going to be a really great series to follow. As I said, I didn't watch last year's American Crime Story, which was the O.J. Simpson trial. I was kind of over that, but this is going to be really good. So if you guys have not checked it out, it comes on FX on Thursday nights at 10 o'clock. So make sure you check it out. It is called American Crime Story: The Assassination of Versace. Set your DVRs and record it. And next week I'll start going a little bit more into depth with the episodes. But basically this week was just about the assassination and the people being questioned and Donatella coming in, and you're seeing Andrew Cunanan like you see him, killing him, and how he's trying to get away and all the stuff that went on and everything. And Andrew Cunanan was a serial killer. As a matter of fact, they say in this episode that this is like Versace was the 5th person that he murdered up to this point. So, basically it's going to be really cool, watching this unfold right before your eyes. So I'm very excited about this series. So stay tuned next week. I will be bringing you another review of American Crime Story: The Assassination of Versace. Check out this week's episode, the pilot episode. I know they'll probably be airing it all weekend long on FX because they do repeat stuff all throughout the week. So catch up with it, guys, so that you can follow me next week on my review, because as I said, I'll get a little more in depth. Thank you so much. Bye.